Hello and welcome back to the finish line and another weekend preview. We go preview. Where we're going to go through. I messed it up. I don't care. I'm going to keep going. From Sandown, Aintree, and there's Punchestown, Huntington, and Cork on Sunday. So, as you can see, we have no Thomas today.
But I'm back.
He's back. His mammy's finished rubbing his head.
Oh, man. I wasn't well the weekend
no,
at all.
No, you weren't.
And now Tom's not well.
No. And the same last year. This time last year, Tom wasn't here.
Yeah, for this exact podcast last year.
Exact same one.
Tom wasn't well. Got a proper shave from the barbers today. Back open.
Yeah, it's nice.
Straight from work. Work top.
Didn't have to travel far.
Just upstairs.
But
there you go.
We are going to go through all the best races from Sandown and that. Do you know why I think Tom's not here? As you said in our anti-post video, who we had Samantha on.
Yep.
It's because of the horse you were going to put up.
It's after warping.
Just leave it at that.
He's at the warping his mind. He's
getting.
I'd say he had an epiphany already today.
He's sitting at home now, cold.
He said actually he was sneezing all day, so that must be what it is. Just gone all day long.
What's happening? Oh Jesus!
Oh, poor Tom.
Miss you, Tom. See you next week or Sunday. See you Sunday. Right, I have a new screen here, so sometimes I won't be looking at the camera. But anyway, we will start at Sandown 150 and. Henry 8 Novice Chase, the grade 1. We have All Mankind is installed as 7-4 favourite. Hitman is 5-2. Eldorado Allen is 4s. Galaw is 4s. I'm going Dave.
Tamarack de Matan.
Good lad. Fusel Raffles and Bigger the Rest. So I suppose we start with All Mankind. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's very impressive. His first chase. Very impressive.
It's what we thought he'd do with the first start of the season at Cheltenham. But
you imagine he'll enjoy Sandown as well because it's fence to fence. It's fast. These two, this and the Tingle Creek are good races to watch. It's and it's real Christmassy as well.
It is
cold. It's kind of snowy and snowy. There is a bit of snow around. Usually on Tingle Creek weekend in England anyway.
Yeah, but. He looked very impressive.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's very impressive.
There's going to be a lot of pace to it. You've All Mankind and you've Galaw, who two of them are notorious frontrunners. But
yeah, I wonder will they cut each other's throats.
But I think All Mankind goes that extra pace, like that bit quicker.
Yeah.
It's taken into this price. 7-4 is it short? Maybe like you have Hitman 5-2. I think, as you said, jumping around Sandown will find him out because he missed a few on his first run for Paul Nichols. Then we've Eldorado Allen, who you really like.
Yeah, I don't know if he's good enough to win this. I don't know if he's good enough to give All Mankind and Galaw, the 4-year-old, £6. I don't know.
It's a lot of weight to give away, especially when there's 4 of them there.
Yeah.
If he wins this, he's
good as well, but he has a tendency to jump one or two maybe slow, and he'll have to ping them all.
Even like to get into it, I really like All Mankind. Even his farm has been franked with the Phillips Hobbs horse. Zanza kept coming out.
Yeah, he won very well.
He won the other day as well. 7-4 might be shot for some people. I think that's a good 7-4 shot. Like we also like Galaw, but I think this might be where we find out how good he really is. Like if he wins, he wins. But I think All Mankind has that extra bit of class to him. Is there anything at a bigger price, or who do you like in it?
The horse Phoenix Way is a good horse. I wouldn't think 2 miles is his trip. He won't go up and trip, but he's a good horse. I like Galaw. I like Eldorado Allen, but I think on Saturday Sandown might just work out for All Mankind, so I'd side with him. But I think it's a great race.
It's looking, if they all turn up, it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah,
like the top 4 of jockeys already. Phoenix Way has a jockey up already. I'm really looking forward to it.
Fast and Furious.
What you want there now in Sandown? Proper racing. Speaking of proper racing, we go to 225 and the return of the black aeroplane. The man is back. Altior back in the Tingle Creek Grade 1, where he is currently 4-5 favourite with Champion Chase winner Politlog installed as second favourite 7-2. We've Grenadine at 5s, Rue Viv at 7s, First Flow at 14s, Brown Up Storm 16s, Castlegrave's Paddy 25s, and last year's novice winner on the card, Esprit de Large at 33-1. There's only one place to start. Altior, does he win?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're going to take him on. And I said last week, Epitaunt was like buying money. If Altior go, like if short prices are your thing, 4-5 is like buying money here. But if he goes odds against even money, 11-10, it's a great bet. Same as Epitaunt was last week. Couldn't make head nor tails of why she was that price. He'll probably give you a little bit more worry than she did, because he's lazy. And he probably will be off the bridle, and one or maybe the likes of Grenadine will still be on the bridle, but he'll win. He'll win by probably 5 lengths in the end.
Yeah, I can see it now. He'll jump the railway fence coming into the home straight, and Nick will be starting to niggle away at him. I can see Grenadine and probably bloody Rogue Vive or someone travelling.
No, he's always done it, and people will be like, he's just lazy. He's lazy in the Supreme Novice he won, and that was probably the best performance he ever put up.
He was off the bridle coming down the hill.
Yeah, like he was coming down the hill. There was still 2 hurdles to go, and he's off the bridle. I was a little worried, and then he just scooted up the hill. It's just his way. Like, he gets a little bit lazy in races. That doesn't mean
and like
he's regressed or anything.
Yeah, I was just going to touch on that. There's this big whole thing that he's after regressing since last season. On what? Like we talked about in the Anticoast video, that himself and Surname practically nearly killed each other at Ascot last year. It was proven when Surname ran nose out the race in the King George. He fell then back at Ascot.
Yeah.
And Altior missed two engagements, and he came back at Newbury, and he was back to himself. I have zero doubt that the engine is still there.
It seems to be a thing with these like horses as they get older, and like people love them for years. Like, retire him, he's regressing. It happened to Colo Star as well, and he came back and had that issue in the Gold Cup. Came back, won the King George, won whatever else. Like, there's no issue with like veterans chases and horses running when they're 13 and 14. But it seems to be if you're a grade 1 horse and you run bad in one race, you regressed. Like, everybody has an off day. Like, and it's not like he had an off day. It was just a bad race. It was bad ground. It's the wrong trip.
Everything was wrong.
He came back from that and won, and he did pretty much the same thing he does all the time. He's lazy. He was off the bridle, and then he got one slap of a whip and just scooted up the hill, or not the hill, Newbury's flat, but just scooted over the line like so. Look, I'd be majorly shocked if he's been.
Like, for the life of me, I can't take him on. Like, it goes to say, when you have the Champion Chase winner and he's installed as big as 7-2, that's telling you how much class there is between it. Like, then you have Grenadine, who won at Exeter a few weeks ago. He's nowhere near the horse that Altior is. Rogue Viv, no. First Flow, no. Bruin Upper Storm, not a chance. Classic Race Paddy is the joker in the pack and might get placed on the back of his last run. But
Esprit de Large can't jump.
No.
Yeah, like Grenadine is probably £18 to find. First Flow is a lunatic. He's gonna be mad to watch at Sandown.
He'll fall around Sandown.
Oh, he is a loony tune.
But for the life of me, I don't see why anyone would take him on or would even lay him. Like, you can't even back him in running because the traders know what he does. They're not going to get. You're not going to get a bigger price. If anything, if he comes off the bridle, his price will contract. But we're in agreement. I think we're going to see the return of the black airplane zooming around.
That's my opinion on it too.
Right, next we will have our first look at the Grand National fences with the Bechers Chase, which is always a sight to behold. Over 3 mile 2, and we have 1-year-old buddies LeBroy in a 92.
He's nobody of mine anymore.
92. We have Kimberley Candy at 5s. Last year's winner walking the mill at 11-2. Yala Enki 15-2. Caleb Mad at 8s. Ramsey the tie at 8s. Stars the fall at 10s, and Bigger the rest. Dave, take it away, lad. Why is this jumping? Oh, that says a lot.
Yeah. I'll be honest, this race over the national and then the Grand Sefton, I just can never back the winner off. I can't make head or tails of it. Year in, year out. There's a few I like, a few I've backed once or twice, won me a few pound. I wouldn't back LeBroy at 9-2 with counterfeit money. Oh my God. I can't believe he's
It's
favourite.
ridiculous price.
There's no doubt he's a bit of talent when you run the form, but I never seen a horse get outpaced so much. Like the only race that suited him was the 4 miler.
Where there's only like 3 finishers.
And that's the reason I backed him that year in the 4 miler.
Is this the kind of race where
the one I settled on, and I don't know if Aintree will suit him, but is Cool Star Civile. He was off the track for a good bit, and his comeback run was very good. I think he travelled very well to 3 out, and he just blew up and looked like a horse that wasn't fully fit, was looked after, and was like, there's better things await than his comeback race. I'd settle on him each way, but it's a hard race.
I was looking at it as in, is it a race? It kind of is a race that every year you go back to who ran well in it the year before, because they keep coming back, like Walk in the Mill, Kimberley Candy. They're the first 2 you start on. Then I was kind of drawn on. My first impression was Kimberley Candy, but then he got beat fair and square last year off Walk in the Mill, getting £4, and then he went on to win the national trial at Wetherby. So we got a big hike up in the weights after that. Now he has to give Walk in the Mill £4. So that kind of dampened my enthusiasm for him. Then I was going down through it, and the one I fell on, he's double entry. He's entered in this, and he's also entered in the Mendy Close Chase, is Manila Celebration for Katie Price. He absolutely bolted up around the Mildmay course a few weeks ago in a Veterans Chase, and he literally battered the field.
Yeah, he did.
He was down the field in this last year, but I think with different tactics, he's coming in here on probably one of his career best performances. I was looking at him this morning. He was 20-1. He's 12-1 now. So I presume he's going here now at this stage. He acts at Aintree. I think if they utilise him closer to the pace, he jumps very well. I think that was his first experience last year around the national fence, and they always learn a lot from their first experience. I think 12-1 each way would be my way to look at this, but don't be shocked if Walk in the Middle wins it again.
Be shocked if LeBroy wins it, because
absolutely.
I just can't see
I'd pick myself up off the floor if that Duke wins. He has, like, coming into us, there's nothing to suggest why he's not.
He's one of the ones, are saying sometimes you can't leave horses go. Like you get an affection to him. Like the only race he was going to win was the 4 miler, and I backed him that day at 14s, and that was the end of it after that.
Like, do you know what it reminds me of? Like 2 weeks ago, Relegate.
Yeah, there's no like.
Why was she favourite? Yeah. There was no.
And he'll do something similar now. He'll be pushed along from 2 fences.
He'll be out the back somewhere, getting his ears absolutely scrubbed off him by Keelan Woods. But I think Manila Celebration was a very decent each way bet at 12-1. And who did you say again?
Cool Star Civile. Each way.
Oh, he won us a nice bit of that.
He did.
Festival before.
He did.
Right, on to one of the most interesting races of the weekend, where we see the return of Slotini, who is currently 6-5 favourite for the Mendy Close Chase, and we have Frodon. Treat is 2-1.
Yep.
Native River 3s, Aldance are 12s, Lakeview Lad at 16s. Manila Celebrations also entering this, but no jocked up, so he's going Bechers. Pim won't run, and Keepers Hill start with Santini. We're kind of not gone on this yoke whatsoever, but I still don't think he'll win.
I don't like him.
I think I actually think Native River is going to win. I know Colin Tizzel's horse has been like he won this race last year. It was a farce of a race last year when Mike Boyd fell, and he beat, who did he beat? Black Horton by 33 lengths. It was a schooling session, but look, I'd say this would be one of his main targets. Now that he's a 10-year-old hitting 11, I just can't take the Santini whatsoever. I think it'll be like I even watched the schooling session the other day. He's so slow jumping as well.
He's a rag
Everything
now.
looks so much.
It's
like a big effort.
I can't imagine Aintree is going to suit him, to be honest.
No, like Nicky said the other day, like flat tracks don't suit him. Like the likes of Kempton and all that. Like Newbury and like Aintree's not much more of a. It's like it's kind of speed as well.
Aintree's speedy enough. It's flat, and
if you're out in front, you get away from him.
It's a speedy enough track.
Like 6 to 5 is a sharp price that I would not be going anywhere near. Like I can genuinely see him knocking off favourite. Like you go Frodon, who won the handicap chase at Cheltenham, beating West Approach, will finish second in the Selden hurdle if he ran in it. So like I can't have Frodon. You like Frodon. I just stop my belt and I can't take it.
I think Santini will lose, and either Frodon or Native River will win. And if I had to pick one, I'd pick Frodon.
What I think about it, Frodon will be the pace. I think Native River will track him. Santini will be up near it. I'd say it all depends really how fit they are, isn't it? But you take Santini's first run last season around Sandown where he scraped home against an absolute yak.
See, the thing about Frodon people don't like is if he wins, it's plastered all over the paper. And
like he's a very good horse.
The amount of media coverage it gets because Bryony is on it. But I think if that didn't happen, people would be more inclined to like Frodon.
It would be because like if you, it's like there's nothing against Bryony Frost at all. It's not her fault she gets blasted.
There's nothing flashy about Frodon. He just jumps. He jumps well and he gives his all. And that's the kind of horses that like the general public kind of fall in love with. But it's because it's just thrown into your face every time he wins that people don't like him, I think.
But it's the fact of then if Native River or Santini are proper fit, Frodon shouldn't be winning this. He's not up to their standard.
I just think Frodon already has a run.
That's what
Native River and Frodon will go hard from the front, as is their want. That's all they do. It's just too much pressure on Santini's jump.
I think he as the usual, he'd be outpaced. He'd be running.
I think if Tom was here, Santini would be a prime example of a horse that he'd lay.
Yeah. If I had any interest in laying things, that'd be one I'd lay.
Yeah.
Hold up now. Where's my mouse now? I've this new contraption today. I'm trying to get the prices and everything. Right. So final picks. I'm going to take a chance on Native River, even though I'm probably contradicting myself what I was saying with Colin Tizzel's horses need to run. But I imagine this fella's going to have a good bit of work on into him, especially with his age taken into account, because they probably don't think he's going. I'd say the aim for him this year is going to be the Grand National.
You would imagine so, yeah.
So I'd say there's going to be this your first season target. You might have one January. Off you go to Aintree. Yeah. Right, so we move on to Sunday, and there's 2 races in Ireland, the John Durkan at Punchestown and the Hilly Way at Cork. So there's kind of crossover entries, but we're going to try break it down in who we think will run where. So we start at Punchestown and the John Durkan over 2 mile 4. So we have the likes of Allaho, Battle of Dion, Shack and Puswa, Chris's Dream, Laurishberg, Mel, Min, Sam Crow, and Tornado Flyer all entered in this. So before we get into it, take out who probably won't run. So you'd probably take out Shakan, probably won't run here. Mellon probably won't. This is kind of Min's starting point every year.
Yeah, it has been the last 2 years. Anyway.
I think he's currently 7-4 favourite for this. I'd imagine Willie will have one main go at it with probably Tornado Flyer going with whoever does. But I presume Min will go, and I think if Min turns up here, he'll win it as usual.
Chris's Dream.
Oh, go on.
I said it a few times. I put him up as an outsider in the Gold Cup. I actually tipped him the first day, kind of the first big race, national hunt race.
Giving out to me to my face.
The first national hunt race in the year, and he was outstayed by the storyteller. I said after that a drop back and trip. I actually said the Ryanair would suit him if the ground came up soft, But I think he's a right good chance of getting a grade 1 here. I think the drop and trip is what he needs on soft ground, which it looks like it's going to be. It could be even heavy by the time it comes around. And the form of the race was franked by presenting Percy. Percy was 3rd or 4th in that race.
Mhm.
Storyteller was 1st. He only beat Chris Dream a neck or ahead, but he definitely outstayed him because Chris's Dream travelled like the best horse in the race the whole way around. So to me, a drop back and trip suits him. Soft ground is what he wants. I think he'll get his grade 1.
I think he got mugged more or less.
Yeah.
Up and trip, but I
He's
totally,
definitely a grade 1 horse when he has the ground that he likes.
I think the drop and trip is ideal for him. I think his jumper will be an asset.
Yeah, he's a very good jumper.
I don't think his style of racing over 3 miles is going to do him any good. Like over 2 miles going a pace jumping it's ideal. You're getting lengths, but when you're going that extra slow pace and you're putting in these exuberant jumps over 3 miles, it's not really going to do you any benefit.
He almost travels too well to stay 3 miles. He's like real aggressive on the bridle and stuff, which will suit him if you drop him back and trip. He's a bit of speed.
Oh, it's Allaho all over again, isn't it? You don't want to say it, but you know it's true.
I don't think Allaho will run.
Oh, he's not going to run. He won't run in this because this has been a starting point every season. It's taken into the factor his price is what he's favourite, and Allaho's out there at 4 or 5 to 1.
Good race, whatever turns up. There's a good crop of horses.
I hope
in it.
Main and Chris's Dream at least turn up because it'll be a decent race then. Right, we'll head off to Cork, down to the south, and we will go for the Grade 2 Hilly Way Chase over 2 miles. The race that good old Undersow used to always win.
Yeah.
So we have in the field crossover kind of from entries up at Punchestown. You have the likes of Shakan, who possibly could run. Backerson, I'd imagine run because all the owners are from Cork and it's Undersow's colours. Castlegrace Paddy, who's entered up at Sandown. Jingle, who's an absolute loony bin. Size and Potsy, who will love the ground. Allaho, Cashback, who's
lunatic,
sitting in his old box there, having nightmares about the first fence again.
That's the funniest thing I've ever saw.
Boom.
It's literally like
he said at least one of them's going to fall on the horse. But yeah, this could be where we see Larichburg actually come back. There was talk of making his comeback in this, but it'd be a tough starting spot for him. You'd imagine at least you'd imagine Shakan probably will turn up here, wouldn't you?
I'd say if you're really wanting Shakan to win the Champion Chase, you're going to want to see him now.
At least 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 races. So I'd say Shakan fans want him to run. It's very hard to know what to run. I'd love to see Larichburg run and see what he's about.
Yeah, it's like we're looking at this. It's the Wednesday night, and you're looking at multiple entries, but you're trying to siphon through it. Backerson probably will definitely run. He won. He beat Willie Munn's horse in the Clonmel Oil.
He beat Sealos Emery.
Sealos Emery in the Clonmel Oil and done it easily. So you'd imagine he's going to run on the back of that. I'd be disappointed if Shakan didn't turn up, if I'm honest. As you said, if you want him to be a champion chaser, you'd want to see him at least twice this season. So like there's not much we can say about this bar. If Shakan turns up, you'd want him to win, you'd expect him to win. But if go through William Munn's horses, you take out Allaho, he probably won't run here. Medal won't run over 2 miles. So you're left with Backerson. I tell you get a decent price. He's going to be at least 5 to 2. That's a decent price.
He's a good horse as well.
With him, he's a horse that is going to clean up in these kind of races.
He started level, grade 2 and grade 3 level.
Yeah. If he turned up of Willie Mullins' brigade, I'd be very sweet on him winning. That's even with Cashback coming up. He's an absolutely loony bin. Backerson turns up, I'll back him. No hassle whatsoever. Who would you land on?
I'd hope Larichburg could turn up and I'd give him a shot.
Right, our last one we preview is the Peterborough Chase from Huntington, the Grade 2 over 2 miles 4. It's the horse in this now that really interests you, who you hope will. Oh, excuse me.
It's another good race.
Will turn up. We have last year's winner, Top Notch, is in a 10-3. We've Dodos at 4s. I can't see the Falion Destraval.
Fanion Destraval.
At 4-1. We have Mr. Fisher at 9-2. Nutswell 9-2. Al Dance at 5s. Simply the Bets at 12s. And Bigger Rest. So start with Simply the Bets. Gavin Sheen seems to be jacked up. He would want to be winning this to get his career back on track, to be back in the picture for the Rye now.
Yeah, I don't think he will win. I was interested in it earlier in the week, but the more the week goes on, I don't think he'll win.
Don't you?
Nah, I'm kind of coming around to the idea that he might not just be as good as. I think Imperial Aura is the better horse, and he's progressed past him. He'd have to win it and win it impressively to go back into the reckoning for the Ryanair.
So who are you falling on now?
Nutswell.
Damn it, taking mine.
His form with I Right is actually after being franked a good few times. Now that race I think was at 2 miles. I Right needs a trip, but he's ran well in the Charlie Hall. He's second in the Hennessy. The horse that Nutswell bet
Clondalk Castle.
the last day came out and won a good handicap at Newbury last week. Form is rock solid. I think if he was trained by somebody else, he'd probably be favourite.
Yeah, I think 9-2 is a big enough price. As you said, if he's trained by Nicky Henderson, you're looking at 5-2 at least.
I think so, to be honest.
I think he's a cracking bet. He's 2 from 2 this season. He's a fairly progressive 9-year-old. I'd be fairly sweet in his chances. He'd be the one I'd definitely be backing in this. We'll touch on Top Notch. He's his first run of the season. He won it last year, but this looks a better race. We've also Mr. Fisher, who ran in the Paddy Power. That he was pulled up in it. I think he went off favourite, did he?
Between him and Simply the Bets, and there was another one as well, the Nichols horse. Was it Saint Sonnet or something?
Saint Sonnet, yeah. But I think Nutswell. Nutswell is the one for me in this now. You?
Yeah, he wouldn't be the biggest name of all the horses, but his form this year is better than any of the rest of them.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he'll go under the radar.
I think Top Notch has won it a couple of times, but surely his days are numbered.
Yeah.
Great horse though.
Very
Tiny little horse.
Very
small.
He's a good jumper for
very
size.
small.
Dolo, I don't know what to make of Dolos.
No, wouldn't have him. Fanion Destraval, probably a handicapper and a good one at that, but
he's very small as well.
Be surprised. It's really Venetia Williams' time though. She's on fire at the moment. Fire at the moment.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Nutswell 9-2. I'll have a bit of that.
Yeah, and I think he'll win as well.
Nice. Right. We'll go on to our next. Nap's the next best. I'm all over the place today. Go on, you go with your nap.
My nap is Chris's Dream.
Yeah.
My next best is Altior. I know it's short. I napped Epiton, but it's a certainty. Like at 4 to 5, it's mad. It's a mad price.
Yeah, my nap is Altior. Like we're going to get late. I ain't putting up 4 to 5 shots.
I think it should be 1 to 2. Like
he should be so shorter. He's my nap. My next best is Nutswell. They're my 2 for the weekend. Manila Celebration, actually each way. I like him each way as well in the Becher Chase today.
He was impressive the last day. Yeah. He was like.
Yeah. And else before we go.
That's just great racing again. Like
it is.
It's hard with the declarations are a bit all over the place, but every weekend, I said it 2 or 3 weekends ago. Every weekend is just as it's building to Christmas. It's just how like good horse after good horse after good horse, and you've either seen them already and they were on like their prep runs, or they're just coming out and they're like Altior's.
Yeah,
you'd imagine he's fully fit and ready to go.
He's Nicky Henderson put out a piece there the other day saying he's a lot more forward than he was for the race at Ascot. Like even next week we Cheltenham's December meeting.
Yeah, even like we're touching. Obviously, don't have time to do all the races, but we're touching on the graded races. Some of the handicaps are brilliant as well.
I had 2 down that we're
Yeah.
going to go through, but I didn't end up putting them on.
There's a couple of handicaps. Sandown are very good. It's just great race.
Like the bloody, was it the London National? There's some good horses entered in that. But like, as you said, like the race and from now up.
There was a decent Veterans Chase today at Huntington or somewhere. Like the midweek racing is actually all right this time of year as well. Like.
See poor Whisper.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it was a shame.
They were.
I still don't understand how he didn't win the RSA that year.
I might went that far again.
I don't know. I had Whisper backed.
I thought you were collecting your money.
Nah. Yeah, well.
My fella was off on the distance getting pulled up somewhere.
I
can't even remember who I backed.
Yeah, I would have never backed my boy.
No. Right. So, go on.
He's entered for something though.
My boy.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of spark on him the last day around that.
He's entered for something. I was looking at it. I can't remember what. It could be this weekend, and I'm backing him. The next time he runs, I'm backing him.
And Captain Guinness is back on Sunday.
I thought he was going to win. I thought he was going to win at Ascot the last day. I think the race is like dropping trip 2 mile 5. Perfect.
He seemed like he was coming back to himself. No, not back to himself, but
a little bit of craziness.
There was a little bit of throwing himself at fences. Well, I still think Nathan River broke his.
He did, yeah. He broke his heart.
That it. And else. Any other performances during the week that we missed that we should talk about? Really should have this wrote down. I can't remember now off the top of my head. No, but anyway. On that note, we are back on Sunday, live at 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook for the usual weekend review, where we go through all the Tingle Creek, the Bechers Chase, everything that happened on Sunday from Punchestown, Cork, and Huntington.
I'm gonna check on my point center now,
and I will just kill time while Dave is trying. While Dave is doing that, next week for our Cheltenham December meeting preview, Emma Kennedy from the Final Furlong podcast will be on with us, so we'll have him on, friend of the show. He was on our preview night at Revolution Bar in Waterford, so he'll be on next Wednesday with us. So it'll be good crack. Whatever.
So my point, it is this weekend, and I was right.
Go on.
He's entered in one of the races we didn't touch on. The other race over the national fences.
What?
The Grand Sefton, 2 mile 5.
Right, come on, we preview this. The hell with it.
And he's 16-1.
Call out the names. Go on, I'm getting to
it. Huntsman's Son, Modus, Lord the Mesnil.
A horse you can say.
Sametigal, Senior Citizen, Springtown Lake, so on and so forth.
What time is this?
It is the last race at Aintree on Saturday.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
And then My Bite, who was 5th to that decent horse of Henry Daly's. Watmore was 2nd. Regal Encore, who always wins around Ascot. Mm-hmm. Black Horton was in it. That was a decent enough race. Walk in the Mill was in it. And I actually do think he ran well that day. And at 16-1, dropping trip. He wants 2 mile 5 now.
I'd like Modus in this, but the price won't entice me in. I backed him last day where he won, and Jesus Christ, was like back to his old self. But
that race at Ascot was 3 miles, 2 miles 7 furlongs, and 180 yards. He's dropping back to 2 mile 5. My boy actually travelled unbelievably that day at Ascot, and he got outstayed. So I'm all over that the weekend.
So Dave's new nap is might bite a 16-1 for the Grand Sefton.
He's back. The mad bastard.
The mad bastard's back. It's the year of mad bastards.
It is 2020. 2020. York Hill wins. My boy comes back to form, or he could somersault the fence.
Liverpool win the league. Waterford going to win the All Ireland.
Yeah, back in the All Ireland final.
Oh Jesus Christ, what's going to go on?
Do you know what? I was going to back York Hill the other day, and I was like home and home, and I was flicking between Racing UK and At the Races or Sky Sports Racing. I say if I had been on Sky Sports Racing, I would have put a $5 on him just for sentimental value.
I was sitting down,
and then he wins a 66-1.
And the lads were sitting down watching Christmas Chronicles. I was sitting on my phone, humming and hawing, will I back him or not? So I ends up backing bloody Pim.
Oh man!
Oh, I was sick as a dog.
And I wouldn't, you know what? It would have been a $5 win at most. I wouldn't even have backed him each way. Or 250. 66-1.
And do you know what annoyed me the most? that's the first race since the Ballymore haven't backed him.
Yeah, we're at the backing him a lot.
Like this time last year, we backed him for the Hennessy.
We did, and he was traveling really well that
Yeah.
day as well. Then tried to kill himself.
Yeah, God love him. Yeah, so
There's been some bad falls, haven't there, over the last couple of weeks?
I seen one today. Oh my God. The horse hit his
through
head
fences.
like that and his legs on. He didn't die or anything. He got up and he was grand. But Whispers one today. Oh,
There's nothing worse, but I think we were talking about Tom. We were talking to Tom about this. Like some of the falls, that a couple of weeks ago, Sam's profile, the one that he had
That
in
was
Clonmel.
kamikaze.
Oh my God!
that
Like,
was a kamikaze dive.
and just straight back up.
Yeah.
Or not so sleepy last week. I never that. We were literally saying how mad he is. Literally just threw the jockey off.
I don't know how many it is.
And he ran the whole 2 miles.
Without
But every
jumping on
hurdle, he just went off to the side so he didn't have to jump any hurdles.
He's clever.
Oh, lunatic.
He's like, I'm at the win on the flat. Why are you putting things in front of me
Yeah.
to stop me running? Oh, it was gas. And then
You're taking their life into your hands.
he,
Getting on top of that.
takes out Silver Streak then the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Lunatic.
Love absolute lunatics.
It's the year of lunatics.
Finishing line favorites, absolute head balls.
He's slowly now becoming up my estimation with Mad Moose. Because he runs, but you just don't know what you're going to get with him. Like,
Mad Moose was so talented, but just didn't give a shit. Remember the day he actually jumped off and actually pissed him?
yeah.
Oh, he'd break a heart on that chap. Right, we'll finish up on this. So as I said, we are back on Sunday with our live review show at 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. So again, lads, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Our numbers are going through the roof, so thanks for that.
Sponsorship wall.
We can put it right on Courtney's face there, right there. Like anybody. Don't care. But we'll do it. You can also sponsor our Cheltenham preview night,
Yes.
which probably won't be recorded.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the other day about doing Cheltenham Festival preview night. If we can't do one in a venue, we're going to do it live on YouTube. So
it'll be COVID kind of restricted and all that, so we need to try and figure that out.
Look, at worst, it's going to be live on YouTube. At worst, I've been talking to a few people already, so I'm trying to get people lined up for it already. I'm trying to get I have an MC to do it already to give me a break from yapping all the time. So I'll be talking to one or two jockeys, and look, we get people in. So on that note, we will definitely finish this time because I'm starving and I need to go home and have my dinner.
I had my dinner before I came.
What?
Yep. I'm like on a schedule now, so I have to.
Like we're finished. We started recording at 8 o'clock. We done an anti-post video with Samantha, and it's now just gone 10 o'clock. So we're here yapping for the last 2 hours, and my knees are absolutely hopping off me.
I'm getting old.
Yeah. And this jacket is absolutely, I'm sweating.
Melting onto
me now. It's like 6 layers deep.
The fire is great, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks well.
It's lovely, yeah.
That's my father's idea.
Yeah.
And Andy. Right. So definitely going this time because I'm starving. So again, lads, thanks for watching. Give us a subscribe and a like, and comment below your best bet for this weekend. And we'll see you again Sunday, 8 o'clock sharp on YouTube and Facebook.